is gatekeeping. Gatekeeping is a phenomenon that's always existed in communities worldwide for as long as humans have congregated to discuss the things that we love. Kind of like why Naruto isn't in my top 15 anime of all time. Shit, the comments are gonna love this one. People seem to either praise, demonize, or just even question the entire concept of gatekeeping, but me personally, well, you saw the fucking title, so you already know what I think now, don't you? Gatekeeping is something that I think is pretty natural to do. When people like something, and I mean really like something, like really when we have a strong feeling for a piece of art, we tend to cherish it in one way or another. And if you happen to find a community of people who feel the way that you do about it, well, you've basically hit the damn lottery. Because depending on how you interact with that community, you may be subject to talking to people who are new to the community. And if you're someone who is interacting with new community members or just normies, then you may in some shape or form serve as the gatekeeper of discussion within the community about a certain topic. Let's say I was on an anime podcast where I was giving my top 15 anime of all time list, and it was so bad that they fucking roasted it for 2 fucking hours. And why was it bad? It's because I've only seen like 100 series compared to their combined 1,000. Not only did they clown me for the list, but every time I tried to talk to them about anime, they kind of shunned me from the conversation. And it's purely because I haven't seen enough anime to participate in whatever conversation or debate they're having. Or better yet, I have another example. On Twitter, every now and then, black cosplayers and artists will release their art to the public to show just their work and appreciate the character or series that they're representing. But every once in a while you see replies like, "But Sasuke wasn't a nigga." This is a bad attempt at gatekeeping the cosplay community. Don't be this guy. He's bad for business. Now, I understand that this is the image that most people have of gatekeeping, and understandably so, as it is pretty widespread, and when things happen like this, it tends to go viral, and because of that, it becomes the face of the community. But like I said, this shit is bad for business. It's foul, it's disrespectful, and this isn't what I consider to be gatekeeping per se. Let me show you another side of what this could look like. Imagine a community of people who are just existing, enjoying their favorite series like, My Hero Academia, there we go. And they're just chopping it up, discussing the events in the season, their favorite character, maybe throwing some cosplay, and oh, here comes this little 17-year-old. Understandable, I mean, it's a shonen after all. But wait, he's writing fan fictions. Okay, no problem, you know, headcanon is cool, and oh shit, he's sending hate mail to Horikoshi, and now he's writing dojins of Tokiyami and Kaminari. Where did we go wrong? Now, I'm not saying that gatekeeping prevents Wattpad kids and death threats, but what I'm saying is I think an extension of gatekeeping is a form of kind of community self-policing and possibly even identity control of a community. There are labels that we as outsiders just naturally throw on groups of people, categorizing them as toxic, wholesome, degenerate, or whatever the case may be. And that's because that describes a part of the community that wherever we come in contact with kind of describes that group of people. Everyone doesn't act the same, of course, but there's a reason why JoJo's fans have the stigmas they do. It's because the fan base has existed for decades and accumulated a fan base that's equally protective as they are progressive. Even with as ingrained in internet culture as they may be, the core fan base has kept their image as a result of not only who they attract, but what people act like consistently when they're known as that weird JoJo fan that you follow on Twitter. As I mentioned before, gatekeeping also tends to be a natural result of just passionate people kind of trying to control the discourse around the things they love. Usually these people that lightly gatekeep or police in communities are just super fans who like to talk about their favorite series. I'm not gonna lie, why am I saying it's kind of necessary to have a fucking secret police force police your favorite anime subcult? I mean, excuse me. Fandom. Well, little Charles, I'll explain it for you, and let me draw attention to this board here because we'll find out what a community really is. A group of people with a common trait, interest, goal, or heritage. Inherently, most people will not be able to just be a full-fledged member of any community. Not like anyone's keeping track or anything, it's just how things work. That's why there will always be normies and casuals, and that's perfectly fine to claim that. And that's something that's hard for communities like Fate, One Piece, and even Dragon Ball to accept because of the amount of history, lore, and culture already associated in those circles. And it's these people that gatekeeping is usually kind of enacted and enforced on. But then when you really think and ask yourself, why do normies catch the grunt of gatekeeping? It's truly just because niggas act stupid and don't know their place within communities. Again, like I said, it's not like anyone's keeping track, but we know that in all types of social circles, there are hierarchies, and there are newbies, there are casuals, there are people who are at the top of the food chain, and there are people who are kind of new to it, as I'm learning that myself in some way, shape, or form as I'm in college. But here's the thing, is that a lot of us, when we do join these circles, we want to be in conversations that we don't necessarily belong in quite yet. And because people constantly push themselves into, oh shit, Naruto's the greatest anime of all time, and you've seen 2 series. Oh shit, Death Note falls off after episode 25, and you've seen episode 27. So I like, truly, there's really a lot of situations in which people can only be to blame themselves for why they're shunned from conversations, for why they're pushed out of different communities, for why their opinion is kind of just null and void to the rest of the community or the rest of the group of people that are just kind of talk about their favorite things. And whether it's ranking them, whether it's talking about the quality of it, whether it's analyzing the series on a deeper lens, there are just conversations that some people try to force themselves into that they don't belong in because they just don't know. And I think that that's where gatekeeping truly comes out and shows its importance to communities, especially in anime. If the greater anime community just let any nigga with one anime watch become a voice of reason and reasonable conversations about the medium, it would be a clusterfuck. And that just goes to show that any serious group of people who want to be respected in their opinions, or even just simply want to talk about the shit they enjoy on a serious level, need some form of gatekeeping. Not to just quote unquote keep people in check, but really just as a form of controlling of the community's identity, or else things can get out of hand on what the consensus is. Things can get out of hand on the level of conversations that can be had. Now granted, there are different levels within the community to where it's like, okay, this is kind of for normies, this is, you know, the deeper side, this is the more analytical side, this is the people who actually know what they're talking about. But at the end of the day, gatekeeping is natural, and it always happens. It's always gonna fucking happen. It's a necessity at the end of the day as well, because other than that, these communities would already be more out of control. Like I said, take the My Hero example, take the JoJo's example, do with that what you will. There's a reason why they have the stigmas they do. Whether it be good, bad, negative, think about how young or progressive, or even how like gatekeeping those communities are, and compare them to one another and ask yourself, why is one healthier than the other? Gatekeeping will never go away. It's also a product of gatekeeping that certain people will not be a part of communities, whether that be due to the existing culture and them being pushed out or thinking they don't fit in, or being introduced to the lore of different parts of media that truly doesn't matter, because the end product is hopefully a well-functioning, established, and engaged community. I've gatekept, and so have you, and it's perfectly fine. Just make sure you don't gatekeep your opinion and comment that below in the comment section. I appreciate y'all for watching. As you can see, a lot of things are changing in these videos, and I'm trying to refine the style, and I'll probably be showing my face a little bit less on these videos, but hopefully you guys continue to enjoy them. I'm sorry I missed a month. It's been stressful. It's been very stressful. A lot of lack of sleep has been going on, but I'm gonna try to get these out to you guys more often as the school year is starting, and hopefully I'll have more time to do this. Appreciate all of you guys for watching. Hope that y'all have a good day, and peace.